Hola chicos, today we're going to discuss the stem changing verbs in the preterite. We already have discussed the stem changing verbs in the present, and you remember you were calling them the boot verbs. Why? Because they fit into a shape of a boot when they're conjugated, right? So let's take a look how it works in the preterite, and the good news is it's significantly simpler than in the present. So the boot verbs, allow me to refresh your memory, are like pensars, for example. And the reason that they're stem changers is because they have e in the root, and then it changes it in the conjugation, except in the shape of the boot. So basically, when we have our conjugation with six little areas to conjugate, the pensamos and pensáis do not fit in, right? So therefore, there is something that resembles a boot. If it helps you to think that way, it's fine. If it doesn't, it's okay as well. So basically, you have pienso, piensas, piensa, pensamos, pensáis, piensan. So the two forms are excluded from that conjugation. It is you, plural and formal, Spain, and nosotros form everywhere. So that's the verb pensar, and you see that it will keep the same vowel in these two forms, and then it will change it slightly in all other forms. So basically, it is a typical stem changer from e to e. Yeah, so that's the present, and it was significantly more complicated. Now we're going to go from boot to a slipper, and it is significantly simpler. Let's take a look. So you know that all discussions in Spanish about verbs start with the statement. There are three kinds of verbs in Spanish: AR, ER, and IR. So, are there any stem changing verbs in the AR group? No. Good news. Are there any stem changing verbs in the ER group? No. Good news. Are there any stem changing verbs in the IR group? Yes. So we have here some verbs: dormir, to sleep; mentir, to lie; preferir, to prefer; hervir, to boil; divertir, to entertain. They're not all of them. There are very few, but you do need to make an effort to memorize them. There is no way, unfortunately, to magically know which ones are which, so you will need to memorize a few of the stem changers in the preterite. The good news: no stem changers in AR and ER. All right, so let's take a look at one of the verbs that ends on ER. Typical: dormir means to sleep. So you have dormí, dormiste, durmió, dormimos, dormisteis, durmieron. What do you see? You see the following. If before it the changing ones were fitting into a boot shape, now they fit into a slipper shape. So only the third person singular and the third person plural will change. The rest will stay the same. They will keep the invariable O vowel. But in a third person, it will be durmió, which means she or he slept, or you, sir, slept, or you, madam, slept. Or durmieron, which would be changing for the ustedes, you, plural form, or ellos, ellas, they form. Okay? All right, let's take a look at another verb. You will remember that it will be keeping it only in these two forms. All right, so you have a verb mentir. Remember little lying character? So Can you do it on your own? It would be a good moment to stop the video right now, to refer to the explanation 2 pages ago, and to see if you can conjugate the verb mentir. Okay? All right. So hopefully you came up with menti. It will be the same vowel as here because it does not fit into the slipper. Mentiste because it is the same vowel as here, and it doesn't fit into the slipper. It is mentimos, it doesn't fit, and it will repeat the same vowel for nosotros form. Mentisteis, and it will be vosotros with the same e, but then it will be mintió and mintieron. So note that for the third person singular and the third person plural, it will change, and it will be the stem changing verb. I hope this explanation was useful. Hopefully you will learn the stem changers that change in the preterite. Remember, there are only E, R, and there are not that many of them. Good luck, and let me know if you need me to record any more practice for the stem changers. The most important thing to remember is the boot in the present, the slipper in the preterite or the past tense. Ciao, pescao.